What's up, everyone? This is Kronos, aka Adam, back with my NXT Takeover 31 review results. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Social media is down there. Fantastic pay-per-view last night. Obviously, only 5 matches, not a lot of build, but I mean, even what I say my consideration as the worst match of it was still pretty good, eventful, entertaining, but pretty much 4 out of 5 were absolute bangers. One was okay. If you had seen my preview and predictions, obviously I was using the confidence points method. I went 5 out of 5. Although it wasn't that really difficult, I was pretty sure, everything was going to happen as it did. Didn't think there were going to be any title changes. I wasn't sure about it, but I just didn't think it was going to. We got some returns. A little interesting in why they did them and when they did them and who they were. So we'll get into all that. Alright, so let's start off. So we had the pre-show. So we're opening up the Capitol Wrestling Center, basically just redoing the Performance Center. Capitol Wrestling, named for the WWE predecessor. Triple H says there'll be a landmark shift. I don't know if I go that far, but it looked pretty cool the way they did it. Priest and Gargano will kick off the takeover, we were told. At some point during Triple H's pre-takeover Facebook Live, we had Rhea Ripley confront Triple H saying that he wants her title back. Triple H puts her over, saying that she's probably going to be the top of the division for the next several years. Santos Escobar had a just absolutely awesome green pattern jacket, arriving with Legado del Fantasma. Pretty cool. But that was it. All right, so we're going to go right into the main show. So the Capitol Wrestling Center, it looks really cool. So what they did was they had, the Performance Center. What they did was they, had the surrounding kind of with the plexiglass, but now there's chain link fence. They have several pods set up, so they had actual fans there, in pods. So I guess, specific, whoever they were, obviously friends, family, or very close to the organization. They also had a big Thunderdome type video wall with everyone Zoom calling or whatever it is in. So that was really cool. Not like layered as they have it in Thunderdome, but just one continuous screen. So there were some fans, some NXT talent. They were in the pods. Some were wearing masks. Unfortunately, I saw some of them not wearing masks. The biggest thing in the beginning that obviously was very interesting that happened throughout the show was the commentary. So we had Vic Joseph, Wade Barrett, and Beth Phoenix out there on commentary. And for a while, you noticed that there were 3 people at the desk, but one was redhead or brown hair, burgundy. I couldn't exactly tell, but I was pretty sure that it wasn't Beth Phoenix because, as far as I knew, Beth Phoenix was blonde. So I just had recently checked her Instagram just when I saw that person there because I thought maybe she changed her hair color. But at the same time, I didn't see her reacting or talking, so it just seemed very weird. So clearly her and Wade were not there. They were just, Skyping, Zooming in, whatever it is, doing their commentary. And then Vic Joseph was the only one. In fact, it was kind of funny. The one time we did see Vic Joseph as a close-up, the other 2 people were out of the frame. So they weren't fooling anyone. I don't know why they were there. It makes no sense. It's not a big deal to have people there, Skyping in. We get it. There's a global pandemic going on. I don't understand what WWE's issue is with this. So, anyway, just get that out of the way because it was bothering me pretty much, the entire night. First match, North American title, Priest versus Gargano. Obviously started out with, Priest trying to, use his strength, Johnny uses speed. Priest goes for the Undertaker tightrope walk, but Johnny takes out his legs. Johnny was going after his arms, Priest's arms several times. Suicide dive by Johnny sends Priest into the barricade and the steps. It was pretty cool. Senton by Johnny on Priest's back as he's kind of hung up in the rope straight through them. That was really cool. We had a big flatliner by Priest, hits the toss Falcon Arrow. He goes for the Razor's Edge. Johnny counters that into a code red for a 2 count. Johnny gets Razor's Edge onto the apron, pulls him back inside for a 2 count. As always, I forget to put my phone on silent. So we get a chop block by Johnny, standing slice spread, but by Johnny for a 2 count. That looked great. Johnny does his bow and arrow mocking Priest, but does the Castador roll through for a 2 count. We get the chokeslam bomb by Priest for a 2 count. Priest hits a somersault senton over the corner, to the outside while Johnny was out there. He pulled 2 security guards in the way, so it's kind of like that Undertaker Shawn Michaels spot. I forget from which match it was, but so he takes out them while the ref is being like distracted by the security guards getting knocked out. Johnny kicks Priest in the balls, super kick back in the ring, but only gets a 2 count. Johnny gets the Gargano escape on, then kind of gets the leg wrapped up for a kind of like an STF Gargano escape. Priest eventually gets to the ropes. I mean, he's 6'7". We get 2 super kicks by Johnny Gargano. Goes for the one final beat, but it's countered into the Reckoning while he was draped for the win. At one point, there was also kind of like a back and forth when they were trying to fight with the stairs kind of out there, and it looked like he was going to go into the stairs, kind of like how he did at In Your House, I believe it was, against Finn Balor. Priest, when he hit the stairs flying off, that was pretty crazy. But they ended up not paying off that. But yeah, so I predicted Priest. I wanted Gargano to win, but I only had 1 point of confidence, and I just wasn't sure where they were going to go. But obviously, I had a feeling that Priest was going to retain. And it was clean, for the most part. So, then we get Kushida versus Dream. Dream is dressed as Doc Brown, kind of mocking Kushida's Back to the Future aesthetic. Kushida attacks before I think his even music hits. They're both dressed for a street fight, even though it was just a regular match. I just thought that was interesting. So then Kushida hits this like ridiculous slap that echoes, and then he does kind of Dream's, like on the ground kind of mannerisms, mocking him. Kushida's attacking the arms and the shoulders early. Dream finally takes advantage, hits a Bronco Buster. We get the handspring by Kushida, but it's actually Dream catches him in a sleeper hold. Goes for the Danielson stomp, but it's countered. Eventually Kushida hits the wind-up punch and then does a reverse Danielson stomp, like to the back of Dream's head. Kushida pulls Dream into the post, which he loses one of the gloves. He does it again. Kushida then dropkick Dream's arm between the stairs and the post. That looked brutal. We get a desperation super kick by Dream because he's in a lot of pain. Goes for a purple Rainmaker, but Kushida catches him in an armbar. Dream gets to the outside. Dream hits a powerbomb, but Kushida hits the armbar and starts biting the fingers to make it even worse. So then we get a really cool sequence here. We get a Dream Valley driver, a purple Rainmaker connects, but Dream hurts his arm, so he's late to get to the cover for a 2 count. So he goes up to the top for another purple Rainmaker. Kushida meets him up there. They does the flip over, kind of like, where he does the, he lands in the armbar position. So he lands in the hoverboard, and then Dream tries to fight out of it several times. Even gets a Dream Valley driver, but Kushida doesn't even let go. Dream was very flexible there. I could not believe he, was able to just maintain, anything while being in the hoverboard lock that long. But eventually he can't get out of it, so he taps. Kushida then, with the post-match beatdown, several times goes after him, after the arm. I don't know if this is writing Dream off, even though he just was written off. It's very interesting to see what they go from there. We then find out we're going to get NXT Halloween Havoc, hosted by Shotzi, on the October 28th edition of NXT. Obviously, Halloween Havoc has been, a WCW really cool pay-per-view. They had a lot of cool aesthetics there. The famous Phantom Rey Mysterio outfit was from that one. Great match with Eddie Guerrero there. So that'll be interesting. Shotzi's obviously the perfect person to do it. Cruiserweight title match. Before I go forward on that, I had Kushida both in kayfabe and shoot. 4 points of confidence on that. And then let's go to the Cruiserweight title match. Santos Escobar versus Swerve Scott. Santos with some really cool gear. Swerve had some really cool pants for his gear. Pretty even out to start. Swerve with the moonsault off the apron. Then he does like a Phoenix Splash on the outside. And then does a Fallberry flop or whatever it is over the top rope. Lands on him as well. A lot of aerial maneuvers by Swerve early on. He's attacking the left arm and elbow of Santos. We get a great dive by Santos, suicide dive that takes Swerve into the barricade. Santos hits a Frankensteiner. Swerve hits a Rolling Thunder flatliner for a 2 count. Swerve kind of trips up Santos, who's caught up in the middle rope, and he ends up jumping there with a DDT to the mat for a 2 count. Legado del Fantasma eventually does come out for the distraction. I forget which one distracts the ref while the other gets the shot on him. But then they get a so Santos hits a double arm shoulder breaker for a 2 count. Eventually Swerve hits a Rana on Santos as he's hung up on the ropes that he lands onto Legado del Fantasma. Then the old Tahuti Miles, now Ashante Adonis, comes out to help, which I thought was pretty random, but okay. So they fight off LDF all the way to the back. He gets back in the ring. There's a Phantom Driver, but only for a 2 count, which was a pretty protected move, so I think that might be the first time they've kicked out of it. Santos hits the 3 Amigos, goes for a frog splash, misses it really bad, stomps the arm. Then Swerve stomps the arm, hits the house call, then a 450 splash, and you think this is about it. Nope, Santos kicks out at 2. So now they're drawing for position on the apron, and then Swerve gets knocked down and supposedly hits his head on the the bar that goes from the turnbuckle to the post. I don't even think he hit it at all, but if anything, he just brushed it, and that was supposed to knock him senseless. He gets back into the ring. There's a double underhook knee drop to the face for the win for Santos Escobar. So he retains. Not sure what they're going to do with this here because it just seems like Swerve can't get the W. I did have Escobar both in shoot and kayfabe. I just didn't see him losing. 3 points of confidence on that. Next was the NXT Women's title, Io versus Candice. Great ring gear for Candice. The jacket with the pixie wings that she has now. Io's in control most of the start here. She goes for a sunset bomb to the outside, but Candice counters. Good, because she probably would have killed Candice. An Asai moonsault by Io on the outside. Candice takes control. Candice hits a 619, then a missile dropkick for a 2 count. Candice misses a lion salt. We get a double underhook backbreaker. Candice counters into a powerbomb. Io no-sells that and hits the double knees. We get a German release by Io. Candice comes back with a snap German suplex, a backstabber, and then a lion salt. Great sequence there, but only gets a 2 count. Io hits the crossface. Candice with a Gargano escape, and then Io gets to the rope. So then what ends up happening is the ref is hit by accident. And then, while he's selling it, then I think it's that Io goes for a moonsault. She gets the knees up, and as she flips back, kicks the ref as he's already selling an injury. He gets knocked to the outside. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. So then Candice with the stomp, Johnny with a ref shirt on comes running in, channeling Bailey from what her and Sasha did. Io kicks out. Johnny's expressions during this whole thing were great. So the ref is back in, starts arguing with Johnny. Johnny had previously grabbed the belt. He surreptitiously drops the belt while he's arguing with the ref. Candice hits with the belt, but Io kicks out from the pin. We get an avalanche Spanish fly by Io, and then hits the moonsault for the win. So we have here... what did I have here? I had Io as my shoot. I would have liked kayfabe. I had Candice because I just wanted to see the Gargano power trip. That would have been cool. But only 2 points of confidence. Now here's where I had my issue with some of the returns. So while she's celebrating Io in the ring, all of a sudden Toni Storm comes up on the Tron. Says it's Toni time. She's back in NXT. Okay. So, you assume, okay, so this was the former champion, even though it was NXT UK Women's Champion. Former champion has returned. Cool. Toni hasn't been around in a while. I don't know what the travel situation is. I'm assuming she got it figured out. Great, because I really like Toni Storm. But then we get a shot of the person driving the motorcycle with all the green and the drone footage and all this stuff, and it's happening, and I'm just like, oh, okay, so I guess Toni's going to maybe come in. She was on the Tron, whatever, speaking, and then she's going to walk into the Capitol Wrestling Center. But no, we get somebody else. They pull off the helmet, and it's Ember Moon. As we all predicted, or many predicted, it was going to be Ember Moon, which is cool. But it kind of just, both of them stepped on each other. It was just why do this at the same time? Why do you have 2 returns at the same time? And neither of them, were they just, one spoke on a Tron, one showed her face, and that was it. Ember Moon was all smiles. Does that mean she's going to be a face? Is she going to be a heel? Toni, she had a little more heelish to her voice, but not really. So more tweener than anything. So the women's division is stacked, and that's awesome. I think this doesn't bode well for Candice anymore, now that you got not only 1, but 2 former champions now come back into the ranks. I mean, obviously losing Tegan was huge, so they had to replenish the ranks, I guess. But I mean, it just seems. And then you have Rhea, who's talking about she wants to be, there, and Triple H saying that he's, that she's the future. So I'm pretty interested to see how they balance all this out. Will some of them get into tag team? Will they all just, kind of fight with each other while other ones are going on? I don't know. But I'm interested to see it. We get some weird promo by Ashante Adonis. Something about being Showtime now. I was half paying attention to this. I guess they had big things for him because I didn't. I assume some of this apparently is from 205 stemming from. I don't obviously watch 205, so I can't really tell you. And then we get our main event. Finn Balor, Kyle O'Reilly, absolute banger. Woo! So we get Undisputed Era walking Kyle to the ramp. Beautiful mat-based wrestling to start between the two of them. Kyle is focusing on Finn's left shoulder. Obviously, I believe that's the one that he injured against Seth Rollins for the first Universal title, which caused him to give it up. Basement dropkick by Finn looked rough. There was a lot of stiff shots for this, and we find I'll talk about it more after. So Kyle with the rolling underhook suplexes into a DDT for a 2 count. Finn kick to the stomach, like this roundhouse kick to the stomach that like Kyle looks like he's about to get strike back, and then all of a sudden he just starts selling it bad. Now I don't know if this was shoot or kayfabe, but it looked rough, and Kyle was just not the same for the rest of the match. You could tell he was selling it. Finn was relentless. The ref tried to get involved to try to break it up, making it almost look like it was shoot, but I just can't tell. Kyle sent chest first into the corner. He hits the Regal Plex for a 2 count by Kyle. I just said that. Sling Blade by Finn. Kyle counters the shotgun drop kick with a kick to the knees. Kyle's mouth is busted open at this point. Kyle's going for a heel hook. Finn counters into a sharpshooter. Kyle gets to the ropes. Kyle hits the axe kick. And then we get a Pele by Finn. And then Kyle in and out of the ropes for the clothesline. Where he does that fall into the ropes and falls out. Almost missed it. Kyle is with the guillotine. Then turns that into a brainbuster for a 2 count. Kyle gets an armbar, and we get a great camera angle of Finn's grip as you could see he's just finger trying to as Kyle's using his legs to break the grip. I just thought that was really cool. We get a reverse 1916. Kyle kicks out of it. Kyle with a dragon screw while Finn is caught on the ropes. Does it again. We get while Finn is draped on the middle rope. Kyle goes to the top, hits a jumping knee. Another jumping knee onto Finn's leg from the top rope. Then goes into the knee bar and then turns that into a heel hook, and then he gets both legs captured. Finn is able to finally get to the ropes. We had a momentary lapse by Kyle. A double, as if I wasn't sure what it was, if he was concerned for Finn or something. Whatever it was, just gave Finn the opportunity. Hits the double stomp. Kyle hits a German release. Finn no sells into another double stomp. So this was really cool back and forth. And then we see a running knee to the in the corner by Kyle, which apparently busted open Finn's mouth. Apparently he was going to get his jaw x-rayed because that looked bad. Eventually Finn gets to the top, hits the coup de grace for the win. It was just a fantastic match. In a show of very sportsmanship and respect, Finn goes over, helps Kyle up, and they are about to raise each other's hands. Then we get a shot of Ridge Holland, because just in case you hear a dog, I have new neighbors, and of course they have a dog, which reminds me of the passing of my Adriana, but of course is crying and barking. So this is great. Moved in on Saturday, and already this is going on. So we get Ridge Holland is appearing with Adam Cole over his shoulder, kind of knocked out, looked like he had a black eye. Tosses him over the barricade and is just staring at them. Strong and Fish show up. They're like, what happened? Who did this? So there's a lot of questions there that to be answered. Did Strong and Fish have anything to do with it? Why Ridge Holland? We just saw him kind of beat up Cameron Grimes, which was almost made him a tweener, I thought at some point. I don't get it. Obviously they're pushing him to have him beat up Adam Cole like that. So, or does this mean they're giving kind of them a send off while they set up to get moved up to main? I don't know. But overall, this was a fantastic match. I had 5 points of confidence on this. Shoot, Finn. Kayfabe, I had Kyle O'Reilly. My kayfabe picks were not that great. I had the Garganos winning, and I had Kyle O'Reilly winning. but everything else I was 100% on. So there you have it, NXT Takeover 31 results review. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Social media is down there. Oh, actually, I always give my match of the night. And this was definitely, obviously, Kyle O'Reilly versus Finn Balor. I've told you how much I love Kyle O'Reilly, how fantastic I think he is, and how Finn is probably doing the best he's done. So this was just a fantastic match for everything I've said. This put Kyle O'Reilly on the map. I had tweeted that he's no longer the best kept secret in wrestling. He's out there right now, and he just put himself on the map there. And Finn just showed that he is the top champion of NXT, maybe of all of WWE. Just how good he is. So there you have it. Once again, social media is down there. You know the drill. As always, don't forget to be safe, love each other, and bye now.